Hello and welcome to another Starcraft 2 battle report for the RPG.net tournament. This is between Victim and Braincraft. Victim's username in Starcraft 2 is Endgame, and he is in the 12 o'clock position as the Red Terran, and Braincraft is in the 6 o'clock position as the Blue Terran. So it's Terran versus Terran. These two players both lost their first matches and are now facing against each other in the second round. This is round 2, so this is where the points really start to count. You really need to start getting... if you're going to actually win the tournament, you really need to win round 2. If you lose round 2, I don't know that you really stand much of a chance on winning the tournament. So over here in the 6 o'clock position, we do have Braincraft. First scout is out for Endgame, but is going to scout the wrong position. He will doubtless... Yes, he will be going to the correct position next. Looks like standard play from both players right now. Looks like he is getting his gas. Endgame is getting his gas. No gas for Braincraft. So doubtless we'll see a tech lab or reactor core going up very soon on that. First Marine should be coming out. Here it is. Braincraft is getting his orbital command up very early. I think this is, I don't remember correctly, but I believe this is something that I had a problem with him earlier because he was not getting his orbital command up, and that was one of the reasons he was losing. Each one of those mules brings you 275 crystals, so it's a very handy thing to do. Excellent move here. He put a supply depot back here. This is another thing that I mentioned. Excellent move. You always want to have a supply depot back here, or even just like one Marine back here or something. Looks like also supply depot back here for Endgame. I don't remember End's gameplay exactly. So there's the tech lab for Endgame. Doubtless he'll be going for Marauders, maybe Reapers, but I don't think Reapers would be too effective against a Terran player because they do have Marines. Of course, Reapers are strong against Marines, but they don't have that much health and they're expensive. You can't just be throwing those guys away. Reactor Core, on the other hand, going down for Braincraft with 2 more barracks. Excellent move, Braincraft, putting down 3 barracks. Last time he only had, I believe, 1 barracks and was doing... had 1 barracks queued all the way up. It's so much better to have 3 Raxes and have them producing. No queuing up for Endgame. I don't remember whether we saw that last time. Siege tank is being researched. First siege tank out. Bunker here. Excellent positioning on this bunker. You can then also put a bunker right here. And if you want to be really strong, a 3rd one right here, and this expansion will be protected and pretty well safe. Especially against Terran players, unless they're just going to try and blitz by a bunch of Hellions, but with a siege tank there, those Hellions aren't going anywhere. We do have this Zelnaga Watchtower being controlled by Braincraft. Excellent move. A scan going down. Good move to be able to see his tech. Let's see what he saw there. Did he see everything? Yep, he saw pretty much everything. So he sees this. He saw the tech lab on the factory, so he knows it's siege tanks and not Hellions. Though I guess what else? He might maybe fast Thors, but that's really not very likely. Oops, sorry. Sensory tower going down for Braincraft. A sensory tower is pretty much always a good move. I do not like this positioning though. Tip for Braincraft, usually, especially on this map, you either want to put your sensory tower right there, or you want to put it like right here. Because that's going to show you all the way out to here. It might even show you whether he's controlling the Zelnaga Watchtower. Yeah, that'll definitely show you. Right here, you're really not seeing that much outside of your base. I mean, you're seeing a good bit over here. But it's much better to put 1 here and 1 here. I know it's right on the edge there, so it's kind of unprotected. We do see the first push going in here. They are just completely... Let me turn my sound down. Major mismanagement here by Braincraft. They completely bypassed this bunker, which was a good move, but if you just wanted to focus down the command center, he should have run all the way over here. And then he failed to move his guys when the siege tank was set up, and the siege tank pounded him out in about 2 shots. So that's a lot of Marines down for Braincraft for pretty much 0 gain. Nothing being produced for Braincraft right now. He's sitting on 400 crystals, so maybe he's going to be expanding. Looks like Starport queued up. Not generally something you want to do. Viking watching this expansion. Just another quick tip. It's usually good to take like on Viking, an Observer, or Mutalisk or something, and just hit Shift and tell him to move to all of the expansions on the map. And when you see that he's stopped moving, just queue up as many orders. Take a second and queue up as many orders on all the different expansions as you can. And when you see that he's stopped moving, just queue up some more. And then you will always know. That's what I always try and do in my games, though of course, I'm not perfect. But then you'll always know where the other guy is. Looks like 1 little Marine was left back here out of the fight. Anyways, so more Vikings coming out. Doubtless going to come in here and do some harassment or something. What is being produced? Cloaked Banshees? Okay. Wow, I have a major problem with this. There are 5 Banshees queued up. Braincraft, like I said in the previous game, you never really want to do this. Right now, you're sitting on 12,000 crystals and a 1,000 gas. What you really need to do is pumping out SCVs. You're not even building SCVs. You should be pouring out SCVs right now and be building like five, five, 5 factories or something. You just queued up. You could knock out all these four and these four, and probably put down 10 factories almost. Which then, I mean, I wouldn't actually suggest putting down 10 factories. That'd be a very bad idea. But you could put down 5 factories and then start producing siege tanks like mad, which would save you the game from this attack. These Marines are just gonna get owned, and that has to be GG right there. If these guys have Cloak... Oh, he's not even researching Cloak. That's another thing, Braincraft. Start doing techs. Like, you've got this here, keep the techs going. If you're having... That's a tip really for all players. If you're having a hard time keeping up with your resources, just start teching. Just start ticking down... Well, not these techs, but put up three engineering bays and just start ticking down all the techs. Same thing with the Protoss. Do a forge. Get your tech labs. Do all the techs for the units that you plan to be using in that game. Because right now he's going to lose the game. There's nothing he can do about it, and he's got 2,000 crystals and 1,500 gas in the bank. He's only got, this player, Endgame's only got 1,000 crystals in the bank, which he's only got 2. Right now he's winning, so there's really no point in him, you know, he's kind of got the game in the bag. So when you have the game in the bag, then you can really comfortably sit on minerals and not have to worry about it. This expansion will be taken down very quickly, like in a matter of seconds. Back here, he's putting up missile turrets. That's really not going to do much of anything, though. Unfortunately, he's got Banshees coming out. Did he take down all those Vikings? He took down... No, he took down some Vikings. Thor's coming out. You see, by this time, if you would have put up 4 factories... Braincraft, hopefully you're watching this. If you would have put up 4 factories and then... an armory, you could have had massed Thors right now, which would have been excellent against this air force, and then your Banshees could have taken out these tanks any day. So, just some thoughts there. Endgame, you almost have as many resources as Braincraft, but you won the game. In the very end of the game, like this, where you know it's GG, you really don't have to worry about it. I mean, it's a good idea to keep producing stuff, or else you might realize that you're actually losing. He might have a hidden expansion somewhere, but you pretty well knew that you had the game in the bag, so there's really no problem with getting over on your mineral count. So GG, and hope you'll join me again for Game 2 between Endgame and Braincraft.